Yes, at long last, I have an update for everyone on Clear Lakes 44. We've got 13 uploads to talk about now, and digging in for some discussion is long overdue. But first, a major thanks to everyone who's joined me on my new favorite social media platform, Horror Amino. Your support for the application extension of Nightmine has been phenomenal, and I love how many of you are exploring and finding new things you enjoy. From the suggestion topic to the new channel aspect poll, you guys have absolutely delivered on my request for feedback, and it's been great having the community with me. Your votes, recommendations, and requests have received very strong focus, and I'm already making plans to create new material according to your feedback. Stick around to the end of this update for our latest community gathering on Horror Amino. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what we cover here tonight. So, let's start by just going ahead and saying it outright. Clear Lakes 44 is not what we thought it was going to be. It really, seriously, is not what we were expecting from the guys who made Marble Hornets. Over the course of the videos currently available, it's become extremely clear that CL44 and Marble Hornets are entirely different experiences. The tone is different, the setup is different, the pacing is different, the style is very different. Every way you look at it, Clear Lakes 44 is a far departure from Marble Hornets, and we need to examine it with a very new mindset. We can't compare this to its predecessor series. They're two entirely different products like coffee and tea. Just how different is Clear Lakes 44? Well, any ride-along effect with the main character is gone. We have someone being played by Noah, a member of the creative team dubbed Birdwatcher in video titles. In Marble Hornets, we started with Jay immediately as a ride-along character, but Clear Lakes has shaken up the formula. We didn't really start with Birdwatcher as a main character type of figure, and little is known about him. We don't know his real name yet, we don't know what he does or where he lives, we don't know how old he is. We do know he's experiencing issues that require a cane and a doctor on call, and involve an apparent aversion to going outside.
That's fine, I just need you to come over. I can't come to you. No, I need you to come here. I am not ready at all.
The issues facing this character don't seem to be just a need for his cane, however. Sometimes the problems coming up leave him without the need for any help walking.
It wasn't real. Remember that. It felt real. You can't... Our brains are very good at making it seem that way. But based on everything you told me, what you had was just a brief hallucination. It was probably brought on by lack of sleep or any number of benign things. You might have been even sleepwalking. Look, this isn't the first time this happened. I go into a room, and my leg felt better. Fixed. I walk into a room in my house. I can't see anything. I walk into a completely different place. I'm no longer in my house. Do you understand? I could see a giant blinding light hit me in the face, and then I wake up somewhere else. And while I'm there, I can hear voices trying to reach out to me. What do they sound like?
We can confirm Birdwatcher's story later when he exits his house. Or does he? The look of the ground appears to be of the same carpeting in his room we've already witnessed. He releases his cane and begins stepping backward, followed by a bright light shining in his face. He also appears to be overcome by something that shows up as distortion on his hands and then the floor. This, of course, comes after Birdwatcher calls his doctor, an event preceded by waking up in his chair after being attacked by this. And of course, this attack involved Birdwatcher being lured to the door by someone knocking that he either tried to ignore or couldn't see. We may have been warned about this on the Marble Hornets website from the page titled, "Do Not Answer," which shows a door at the end of a hall. When saving this image, you can see the predetermined title is Knock Knock Knock. Our friend Birdwatcher has more issues than just a limp leg that heals itself during episodes of apparent teleportation. His doctor brings up the main issue immediately during his house call.
Investigation going now. It's still been like 5-6 months and still nothing. But it's strange you still say 5-6 months. I think it's been longer, hasn't it? I don't know, I guess I'm not keeping track of the time much. Yeah. I'm not trying to pry, I'm just checking in.
There's an active investigation going on, and in response to Birdwatcher telling his doctor he hears voices when faced with the blinding light, the doctor digs up more clues for us.
There's a person talking. Just saying things. Who do you think it was? Might it have been...
No.
Are you sure? Because it seems reasonable.
Look, she's not here.
She's not here. Perhaps Birdwatcher is waiting on news from an investigation concerning a missing woman? We hear more about this open case later on during Broadcast 13, a voicemail recording.
I've been hoping that you might have gotten some news from the investigators. I know they've got to find something out soon. I know it's such a cliche thing to say, but don't give up hope on this. I know it seems like it's been going on forever, just hang in there, you know?
This woman seems close to Birdwatcher, but doesn't seem to be missing. She also might come into the picture later, considering she's been offered a job at a local TV station. This is assuming, of course, that the message was left for Birdwatcher, which, beyond our apparent focus on him as a central character now, and the mention of an investigation, we can't really lock in as a fact. So, on top of experiencing sudden bouts of teleportation, blinding lights, and healing limbs, Birdwatcher is dealing with what sounds like a missing person investigation and being attacked in his own home by monsters. Not just once, but twice, when he's attacked by a friend with television static for a face dubbed Walker by video titles. Pay close attention to the attacker's difficulty in whatever it is they're trying to do. They go at Birdwatcher twice, and each time seem immediately repelled with our vision impaired by camera distortion. This kind of attacking behavior occurs in the home that Walker breaks into earlier when he jumps the man who lives there. We receive a whole lot of distortion followed by an image of what looks like a face. After this event, the man who lives here is gone, and only Walker is left up to get up and leave the house. It's as if contact with the man made him disappear, or he was absorbed by the hooded individual. Whatever this thing is, it has a very dangerous touch. Walker isn't friendly, and underneath all that static, he apparently has teeth strong enough to tear up a metal can. This isn't the only oddity we have to deal with either. We've seen the black vortex that attacked Birdwatcher and the static-faced being, but there's one more character left who introduces themselves during broadcast number 11. A masked man with a very threatening tone asking us if we enjoy watching people suffer. They want to know if we want to see more, and we're told we are being watched closely before an image fades in of another face. Perhaps the mask again, perhaps a person with glasses instead. The ending is where we really get something spectacular. A distorted row of letters which, rearranged, spell out an old phrase you'll all remember. Regards, the sign-off message of To the Ark from Marble Hornets. Now, this mask may look like Tim's from the old series, but it's lacking the black painted portions characteristic of Masky, and Tim has done his best to stay away from that identity. We even see him earlier in a broadcast selling what many assume to be leftover Marble Hornets materials in his possession. Hoodie is dead, so there's no chance it's him unless a surprise revival is in the works, and that leaves us with the option determined from our previous analysis efforts. The third member of To the Ark who became involved in Clear Lakes after hijacking the Marble Hornets website. If you guys have been missing your To the Ark angle from this series, congratulations. This isn't actually the first time we've seen this character though. Their mask shows up in broadcast number 10 just as Birdwatcher goes to sleep after taking his pills. This is the first frame beginning the distortion pattern leading to Walker's attack. You can observe the two eyes and the bridge of the nose between them. We can then see the mask hover in the center of the screen for a few frames after before fading to leave the spot of blinding white light behind it. This also appears to be our friend hijacking the Twitter account for the series previously belonging to Jay of Marble Hornets. On the day broadcast number 11 was uploaded, 2 tweets were posted. Special announcement, and did you think I was gone? Unless there's a major twist coming, this is as good a confession on To the Ark's behalf as we're going to get that he's back in the game. It's just after this that Birdwatcher is woken up by his TV, which displays a message in the static. Are you awake? Another message from the Twitter account a while back. Upon contact with the screen, Birdwatcher's vision is interrupted by hits of static similar to Walker's from earlier. He falls, and before long, Walker appears, looming over him. Whether or not he finally got what he came for while Birdwatcher was incapacitated remains to be seen. The idea of Birdwatcher's vision being interrupted, just like Walker's earlier, brings up a really interesting aspect of the series. For once, we have no idea what the camera actually is, and unlike a TV show, the camera appears to both have sentience and physical reality. The camera moves like a living person at several points, it manages to take over the viewpoint of both Birdwatcher and Walker, and it also seems to operate on its own, unseen and teleporting between locations. While in the room with Birdwatcher and his doctor, it remains unseen, and the same goes for the man from the house Walker broke into. This camera doesn't appear to just operate as an artistic tool unseen by characters in a fictional recording, though. If that were the case, why would Birdwatcher experience hits of static as well as Walker? And how could Walker's face produce a censorship effect on the camera? The biggest mystery so far may actually be what this camera really is and how it's capable of getting behind the eyes of characters. It's still too early to call anything for certain or make a list of facts beyond just a few items. The mystery element with Clear Lakes 44 is strong. I can tell this one is going to be a challenge. It's a very risky approach to use a slow burn plot development approach like this, but the amount of shocking events and oddities we're being presented do produce intrigue. I'm sorry to say that there's still not much to go on right now. Thak seems to be channeling to the arc's influence as the main style and direction this time, and that means the difficulty level in piercing the story has been raised. What we seem to know for sure is that Birdwatcher has a leg injury, has been experiencing paranormal events in his home, has a mental preoccupation with what seems like a missing person investigation, and is being haunted and attacked by mystery beings. This is all being broadcast to us by a masked person who very much appears to be the third member of To the Ark, or they're at least posing as if they are. We don't know what the static-faced character of Walker is, we don't know for sure what it does to people, and we have even less knowledge about this black vortex monster in Birdwatcher's home. We don't know what they are, why they are, and what they want with Birdwatcher, and there's not a single thing we've seen to tell us what Tim had in those boxes he gave away during broadcast number 4. As far as the website for Marble Hornets goes, the archives were finally unlocked with a password for 6586, a number sequence corresponding to the syllables per line in the song from the hidden video, Brian Test. What were the images? 4 pictures of the person from broadcast number 1 standing in the parking lot at night. It could be the same parking lot where Tim gave away the boxes, but it may just look similar. Let's get a discussion going about this, guys. What do you think of Clear Lakes 44 so far? Even with as little as we have right now, what do you believe is going on? I've got a new topic open on Horrormino where we can get together and talk about it in depth. You guys have already shown what an awesome experience it is to come together on the app, and I can think of no better place to do so. After adding your input, you might want to take a look around at the categories and forum system. It seems Horrormino did an excellent job of expecting us and planning ahead. If you head into the forums, you can find a link at the bottom specifically for viral horror, and the categories link involves a website area where a discussion is already taking place about a Slender series with a very familiar icon. Lately, I've been enjoying the sight of more traditional artwork coming in, and news about horror experiences coming to virtual reality have got me extremely excited. Seems like the perfect time to be rolling out the new Dark Arcade aspect of the Nightmind channel. Signing up and joining your fellow creatures of the night is easy. Just look for the app on iOS if you have an iPhone, or search in the Google Play Store on Android for Horrormino. I've also placed the proper links in the video description below for you. Horrormino is free to download, free to join, easy to navigate, and full of material. Search for me at Nightmind0 after selecting the Users tab in the search feature and join the community for a discussion on Clear Lakes 44 now. How do you feel about the series? Come by and let me know. I think that about covers it for what's available in our current update. Clear Lakes 44 may be a slow burn, but this isn't Marble Hornets. We've got to give the creators their due time with this one. I still see a lot of potential in this series, and a bit of patience on our end may be all that Troy and Noah are asking for. Thanks for joining me in the dark again this evening. Once more, I'm Nick Nocturne, and like the invisible man knocking at your door, I'll be back again real soon. Sleep tight.